There we go.
We got a bigger audience now.
Yeah, we got, it was wild out there.
Yes, sir.
Wild.
Once again, it's your man Kurt, and this is
Howard.
And welcome to Triad Hip Hop Podcast, episode 214.
214, Nick?
So, yes, sir. We are in the building, and we got to get some things started. We got a lot to talk about. How was your week this week?
Week was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Just got some things together. Been kind of a slow week with work because, you know what I'm saying? You know what I do, trucks and stuff, and orders ain't really coming in like that. So it's been kind of slow. So, I mean, I've been using it, to get, things done. But, yeah, other than that, it's been a pretty chill week. How about you?
It's about the same. It was a long work week, kind of slow. But made it through. Nothing too special happened, just trying to stay busy and just another week, man. So I can't really call it. I'm just glad we're here another weekend. We can relax and not think about all that bull-ish from work. All the bull-ish that's going on in the world. So as y'all can see, I'm wearing my old school vinyl shirt.
Old school. I'm old school. So cool. Had to get the tag teams.
Right. I had to break it out a little bit. Every now and then I get nostalgic. So, and I got my vinyl collection. If anybody out there wants to donate some vinyls to the cause, let us know, because we collect vinyls. So, especially hip hop, but I'll take, R&B as well, soul music, all that good stuff. But anything classic. So, y'all hit us up in the comments. And before we go too far, want to say rest in peace to DJ D Baby, female DJ out of Houston. She fell from a 13-story window and died. I'm not sure what was going on. They said it appears to be an accident. So I really hope that, that's the truth. But either way, it's still tragic because, if it was an accident, that means somebody was being a little careless and did something, whether it was her or somebody with her. Hopefully nobody did something malicious and pushed her or something, but hate to see another person die like that, man. And that's a painful death too. So, rest in peace to her, and our condolences to her family and followers and friends. So let's go ahead and give her a moment of silence, just pay our respects. All right. Thank y'all for doing that with us. We appreciate that. So I guess we can go ahead and get started with our question of the day. You came up with a question of the day for us today. What was that?
In the spirit of what's going on now in the climate of hip hop with New York DJ, Funk Master Flex, and Conway the Machine. Does Conway need Flex?
So does Conway need Flex? That's a good question, man, because it's hard to say. I don't think he does. I mean, it would help to have the support of somebody like him, because I think that stuff is kind of pivotal to helping New York hip hop remain, if not make a comeback. You know what I mean? So, he's not Conway and Griselda, and they're not from the 5 boroughs or anything, but still they have the New York sound because they're from upstate New York. So I think they definitely should get some support from people like Funk Flex. But no, do I think they have to have it? No, I don't think they need it because they've been doing great enough, without him. But he did support them to a small degree because I've seen Conway up there on his show doing freestyles and stuff like that. So he has supported, but he don't keep them in rotation or anything like that. That's the real key point, that, you've done something. You ain't hating on them that much, but you could at least help keep them in rotation a little bit more. That's how people people from the younger generation will start to maybe get a feel for their sound, but nowadays you ask a young person who's Griselda, who's Conway, they're like, who? I don't know. Because nobody plays them. So it's like, yeah, you can say they're too hardcore for the radio, but so is the Baby. The Baby be talking about girls sucking his dick in every song. You know what I mean? And I'm like, but he can get played on the radio 1,000 times a day. So come on, I don't, that's just me. What do you think about it?
Like I said, I'll say it like this. I see both sides.
Right.
Both sides make pretty good points, Now I will say, as far as like on the MCing side, I mean, I would say even with Conway, I don't think he needs them. I think he's just trying to recognize, like, look, I feel that it's, look, there's other talent in New York, and they have that New York sound. How come you not? And you a person. He's a person talking about like bars. Oh, it's bar heavy. It's bars. You gotta come up here. But then you had a nigga Design a couple years ago came up and freestyled. I mean, you was about in tears with that shit.
Yeah.
That was about horrible.
Yeah, exactly.
But
that's how it is, man. I mean, I couldn't have said it better. Go ahead.
So like, I mean, I'll say it like this, because I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about it, because we was gonna, But the thing of it is, I'll say this: I was born in the South, right?
Mm-hmm.
Born in the South. That's where I was born. I still have a love for New York hip hop. I mean, and don't get me wrong, the South done great things, the West has done good stuff, Midwest. Why is it? I mean, and this kind of ties in with the question, why is it that New York can't be New York?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why New York can't be New York? Why New York gotta be everybody else? And they the one motherfucking created shit.
Exactly.
Why New York gotta be, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's what Conway is getting at. You know what I'm saying? Really. Now, I will say this. Now, as far as their sound, that's really a throwback.
Yeah.
People don't rap like that no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't gonna say people don't rap like that, because there are people that rap like that. But for the most part, most people, you know what I'm saying, it's the new generation that's coming around. They got the new sound and things like that. But you know what I'm saying? But I think going back, Flex do got a point. It's like, you got all these looks.
Mm-hmm.
You got the looks and stuff, the people that you rock with, and got big looks too.
Yeah.
Like, what else do you need? You don't, clearly you don't need me. He didn't say it like that, but pretty much paraphrase what he said. Clearly you don't need me. You know what I'm saying? Clearly you doing this by yourself. So why are you hitting that? Why you hit, barking at me pretty much.
And see, I get that, but I feel like it's the principle. I think Conway's bringing it up off of principle. Like, even though I don't need you, you should want to do more. You should want to, at least. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. I guess, for me, I feel like, if you're a real hip hop head like Funk Flex claims to be, you're going to want to play everything. You're going to want to show a little love to everybody. You're not just going to say, oh, well, little such and such is what's popping now, so I'm going to just keep playing him, and all these other ones. It's like, that's cool, but show some love to everybody. You ain't got to keep them in heavy rotation, but damn, give the young folks a chance to know who they are, not just when they come up there for a freestyle. Because, I mean, Funk Flex will bring anybody up there for a freestyle, but who's in your rotation, though? You know what I mean? That's when you can tell the politics come into it. So, I'm just saying, that's just my vote. But, y'all let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know how y'all feel. Shout out to R2G2. We always got my man.
Happy birthday to his daughter. Let's clap that up. Her daughter his daughter, rather.
Happy birthday, young lady.
And her cash app, damn. I think it's Taco Muncher 3.
Okay.
I think that's our cash app. Taco Muncher 3.
Okay.
So everybody hit the cash app. It was her birthday yesterday. Give us money. Tell her that, hey, people from Triad Hip Hop Podcast wanted, they said, they bring that,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Show some love. Show some love.
Show some love to her.
You know what I mean? Definitely.
Yeah, we definitely gotta do something for the kids.
All right. Well, yeah, man, that's what's up, man. So yeah, again, y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think. I guess we can jump into some birthdays. So a few days ago on July 13th, we have a man, Mickey Fax. Happy birthday to him. On the 15th, we have my man, Jim Jones. Happy birthday to him. Coming up tomorrow, rest in peace and happy birthday to my man, Guru from Gangstar.
Gifted, Limited, Ron's Universe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Guru is like one of my favorites.
Yeah, man. That dude, man, he made you think. You know what I mean? That's what I loved about Guru.
Yes, sir.
And coming up on the 18th, we got a few. We got my man Hobson on the 18th. We got a Little Baby on the 18th. And we got Benzino. Good old Benzino. So happy birthday to them. And then one more coming up on the 20th. My man, the legend, Cool G Rap. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's give them all a clap. You know what I mean? We got any claps? We can give them. So we can,
any incantation.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, be one of them fucking Leos.
Yeah,
what up?
I think I'm right here.
Nigga, right here.
But that's how they do, man. That's how the Kansas do. They want to talk junk about it. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into some new music. So don't forget my man Eminem dropping a Curtain Call 2. That's gonna be like kind of a greatest hits type album. And then let me see.
And he had the single too, right? That was a couple weeks ago.
Right. He had the one with Snoop. Yeah. And also the one for the Elvis soundtrack with CeeLo, which is really dope too. That song is dope. So yeah, but that I don't know if that's gonna be on there or not. 'Cause he said the Curtain Call 2 is gonna come off a greatest hits album, so it might not. But The Game is doing his album Drillmatic. That is coming out August 12th, so look out for that.
Okay.
He's been dropping some music. DJ Premier, remember I told y'all last week he said he had something coming on July 15th with Nas, and we were wondering what it was. He just dropped it, of course, yesterday on the 15th, and it's a song called Beat Breaks, where he took it back to the old break beat of hip hop, and Nas is rapping on that. So it's called Beat Breaks. And what it is he's dropping a new album called Hip Hop 50 Volume 1. So yeah, it's gonna be a compilation album. He got a lot of people rapping on there.
So like 50 years?
Yeah, 50 years of hip hop. Hip hop is about to turn 50 years old. So yeah. Yep. So and I think it's next year. Like next year. So this year on August I think hip hop birthday is consensus is on August 13th.
Okay.
The day before mine. Mine's the 14th. And so hip hop will be 49, I'll be 48. So it's only a year older than me. So I kind of grew up neck and neck with it, so
man. That's a blessing, really, for real.
Yeah, man.
I was born in 83, so like I didn't get like the not to derail, but yeah, you probably got like, you kind of got in the beginnings, hanging out with Busy Bee and stuff. Yeah,
man.
See, I got like looking at TV, like I looked at Run DMC and I saw some people, when MTV was trying, because they were trying to, censor that shit. I saw like, a little bit of the graph writers and just the creativity was just like, that's one thing I missed about like that energy, the creativity. Like I remember, one time they had, it was back in the 90s, That dude's like, yo, man, we got some lids. It's like, we got some cans. They got like some buckets and like some sticks. Yeah, we just gonna drum and do some shit.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Right.
They would turn this shit on like, yo, they was making it where I'm telling you, man. Those days, man.
But I'm definitely a little older, but one thing I can say, the greatest part about my life is I got a little bit of the 70s and the 80s and 90s, and those were like the 3 greatest decades to me. So, especially the 90s when it comes to hip hop,
Yeah.
But the 70s, just, there was just so much, there was more love in the 70s. The 80s was a lot more fun, you know what I mean? And then the 90s brought that real hip hop, that street element to the hip hop game. So, it is what it is. But I love that I got a chance to benefit from all of those, in my life. So anyway, like I said, the Game is doing his Drillmatic albums coming out August 12th. DJ Premier, they didn't say when his album will be out, but I think it's coming pretty soon, like before that. Redman, he dropped a new single called So Cool, and it's the first single of Muddy Waters 2. Oh. So we finally getting there. He said it's coming this summer. Ooh. So we already halfway into the summer now. So that means it's got to be coming soon.
Come on, Red. Come on, Red. Come on, Red. Come on, Red. Come on, Red.
But and then my man making a comeback too, Lloyd Banks. He just dropped a couple songs. He dropped a song called Dead Roses, and he dropped a song called Living Proof for Benny the Butcher.
Okay.
His new album is called The Chorus of the Inevitable. So, and he's actually doing really good on the charts. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So he's already dropped it. So, Lloyd Banks is always somebody who's had a following even outside of G Unit. So he carries his own weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Lloyd to me, like I said, he was the nicest out of the camp, really. In my opinion.
Lloyd Banks.
Who the fuck is that? Lloyd? Get Lloyd Banks. Well, I mean, now to be real, that is kind of like a slap in the face. Like, why would you go like X? Yeah. Nah, X was definitely on a different level.
Yeah, he was definitely on a different level.
I mean, even with him not being, before his demise, you know what I'm saying? Even him not being like back to that level, like X was something different. Lloyd Banks wasn't moving like X.
Yeah, definitely.
Like in the industry wise.
Right.
I'll put it like that.
Definitely not. So but Lloyd Banks ain't no slouch when it comes to the lyrics, but he wasn't on X level. But and I'm glad that X kind of cleared it up. He was not really meaning Lloyd Banks. He was meaning Tony Yayo, who's definitely even a peg down below.
Oh yeah, Tony. Yeah. I mean Yayo was.
Yeah, Yayo
probably like the weakest out of the group.
Right. I think he was.
I mean, no, and that's no offense. I mean, he all right, but Lloyd was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lloyd out of that group, Lloyd was nice, and
yes, sir.
Yeah, they couldn't do nothing against Locks though.
Right. Oh, of course not.
God no, they
he did not want that.
Man,
so
shit, Dickie, Jay didn't want that. Right. Remember when they were going?
Yes,
shit, when they come with that, and Styles was like, "Yo, this is D Block, motherfuck Benny Singer, get straight out."
Yeah.
Yo.
They went at the whole camp. They do a couple shots at Jay, but they was like, Beanie Sigel was the main target.
Yeah, but that was a problem.
Listen, that was hilarious.
Oh man.
But anyway, that was it for my music. So we can go ahead and jump into some topics today.
Yep.
So your girl Brittany Griner, I'm not sure how you say it.
I believe it's Griner.
Griner, she's still stuck over in Russia because she has some cannabis in her luggage or whatever.
Vape pen.
Yeah, and according to what I heard, she had a medical prescription. So I don't know, but they said the vape pen, either the vape pen had hashish oil in it, which is a little bit different, and either it had it in the vape pen or was somewhere in the luggage. But I think that's what they're really holding her on. It wasn't like just the regular weed. It was kind of a little higher level stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know nothing about it. But I'm just saying that's what they're talking about. So yeah, what do you think about the whole situation?
Yeah, man, like it's just unfortunate, man. Like I said, LeBron James kind of spoke on it, I think on his show, talking about, they should have had her back, and it just seemed like it seems like America turned its back on her.
Right.
Because and that's another thing too, for them to get her on that, something is, but now when you travel abroad, you gotta, know what I'm saying?
You gotta use some common sense, because their rules ain't like our rules.
Well, it ain't even that. Like, you just can't, oh, word, you can just roll up in here and just do it. No, nigga.
Yeah.
You gotta be, shoot. If you think it's illegal, you better stop doing it. And especially, and too, with Russia right now, they kind of beefing with us because. Hold on, let me make it correct. Not us, because I ain't got shit to do with it. Us as America, but I ain't got shit. Y'all do whatever.
Right.
But what the thing of it is it's so much they kind of just did that out of I ain't gonna, pettiness, it's like, oh, word, y'all, you supply the Ukrainians with firepower. Oh, well, we got your bitch.
Right, we got your girl over here.
Not to call you bitch, bro.
Right.
But I'm just saying, we got your bitch.
Right.
With the fake pen.
Right.
And she gonna do hard labor for about 20 years. What the fuck you gonna do?
Right.
I mean,
Joe with Biden and all of them, they're like, hey, we can't do nothing. I mean, they like, we hope she gets back safe. But they ain't saying for so much, what I mean?
Man, I will say this, man. I will say this. If it was like a LeBron James or a Tom Brady, if it was somebody of that caliber, they'd be like, oh, we gotta get him. We gotta get him now.
Right.
Come on here and bust, blah blah blah. Yeah, we'll roll out the team. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, her, let's be real, right? And I'm not trying to not the young lady or anything like that, but no one would know who she was if she got locked up. Really? I want to check for the W. I'm not gonna say no one does. People are starting to get in tune to it, but for the most part, no one ain't in tune to WNBA like that. You know what I'm saying? They really ain't. I mean, and I think maybe too they using that to okay. I mean, the organization is going to use that to she's there, kind of indirectly kind of building it up. So if you don't remember anything else, I remember her because of this situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah. But either way, hopefully, she can get back home soon.
Man.
I hate seeing deal with that, but you do have to think about stuff like that. You can't just run around with these little, vape pens with stuff in them. You know what I mean, is illegal, and think you're just gonna go right through the airport with that.
Nah, man.
You gotta be careful with that, man. So hopefully they won't be too hard on her. But
yeah, I think, like I said, if this was maybe like the 90s or another time, if it was like another time, if they didn't have beef, if the thing wasn't going on with Ukraine right now, I think they'd have been like, oh, word, that's what this is.
Right.
They let it slide, but now they like, nah, I'm about to show y'all motherfuckers.
Right.
Y'all gonna fund my people over. Y'all gonna fund people over there, which I'm trying to get that y'all ain't really supposed to be responsible for because they out of NATO.
Right.
Let me do this real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what it's going on.
So yeah, man. Like I said, our well wishes are with her. But we can go ahead and move on to the next topic.
Yep.
Kodak Black has gotten arrested again. He had some oxy pills. Yeah, man. I don't know. He just got out of jail. It's like, dude, man, what you doing, man?
Dang, yo, he kind of reminded me of that damn, what was it? The Chappelle show with but he was the motherfucking like psycho thing. Yeah. It's like he was like
going right back in.
Yeah, you going right back in jail. Oh, I can't believe this shit. Right. He's like, yo, I see you. So I see you. You get ready to get out. Yo, say word, son. Right. Say word. And you gonna go back in for the same shit.
That dude is a fool, man.
I don't know what's wrong with dude right there, man.
Yeah, he's a goat, man.
And that's another one that's kind of, going back to Conway, that's another one that's kind of blown opportunity. Like he had the opportunity to work with Master P to actually get like some mentoring and advice.
Right.
But, with the whole thing with that they had a falling out because I think it was over some book bags because they were trying to raise money for the book bag. I kind of understood. I felt that what Kodak Black was doing, he was like, I didn't know I had to pay for them book bags. He didn't provide. I thought but what Master P was getting him to say, like, look, just do this, provide them with this. That way, when they give the book bags, it'll be, what I'm saying, that's you. They'll come back to you.
Right.
That builds up your brand. Yeah. But what Kodak was saying, like, oh, nah, nigga want me to pay for the book bags out of my money. But I thought, but you got money.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't understand that dude, man. I don't have too much sympathy for him,
Nah.
You need to get it together. So all them drugs ain't gonna get you nowhere, bro. Mm-hmm. But anyway, on to the next. Like I said, you got caught with an oxy pill, so what can you do?
Well, at least he's an American who got caught with it. Because if he was in Russia, well, let me tell you something. I bet you right now, Brittany Gardner would want to be caught in America with the oxycodone versus being in Russia with a vape pen. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I guarantee.
Yeah, man.
You feel like damn Justin remember Justin Wilson, the Just On.
Right.
I guarantee. I guarantee that her ass will be over here.
Yeah, man. But anyways, on to the next. Your man Kevin Hart got his new show, Hart to Hart. I think they're doing season 2 now. I'm just now really getting to know about the show, but he's in season 2, and I believe it's on Paramount Plus.
No, Peacock.
Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
I did find the episode online though that he did with Jay-Z, which I thought was pretty interesting. Did you get a chance to watch it?
I did not get a chance to watch.
Okay.
Been busy. I'm gonna try to get to it. But I did watch an interview with Doggy. Well, not interview, but a sit down with Doggy Diamonds talking about the interview.
Okay.
And it just seems like, now I will agree with what he's saying as far as like Jay-Z kind of selects who he want to talk to.
Yeah.
He don't really go into people like in the culture. Like, it'd be great for him to go to Drink Champs. Like everybody else done did it. Like the movers and shit, like Nas, Puff, even if Puff went in there was trying to, mess with what we were trying to mess with. He was trying to mess with Fab. Talking about, yeah, man, you need a party, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you need to come through and have a good time. We ain't partying in a while. I'm like, yo.
Right.
Yo.
What you talking about, man?
Yo, it was on Fab's birthday, too. He was trying to have a good time. This nigga come up there and talking about some happy birthday, man.
Puff be wildin', man. He on something else, man.
But yeah, like he already had the big movers and shakers. Like, how come you don't go to Drink Champs? And it's just like, what I'm saying? Their argument was, it's like Kevin Hart ain't really in the culture like that. And the fact that like and I'm not, this is their opinion. I'm not saying that this is how I feel, but I do understand. I do kind of understand where they're coming from when they say certain things. But they were saying basically like, well, you go to these outlets but you go to selective outlets. You don't go to, the people that actually, like you actually came up, or you don't go to the goalie TVs. You don't go, what I'm saying? You're very, very, very exclusive towards certain brands. And it's not even towards so I mean I kinda get that. But yeah, it would be good to, cause that's the thing too, like he ain't even giving it up on like, okay, well how come he ain't going back to these platforms? Like, well, how do you acquire that building? How do you wait a minute.
Alert.
Oh, wait a minute, I get that. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, well, whatever.
Sorry, y'all. We getting child support alerts.
Oh, dang. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, they were telling.
Yeah, it's not. I have to restart.
Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. They're telling us they got to give us, if we didn't give them the money in 24 hours. So I need y'all to raise funds. Right. We need funds allocated right now for the school to help these kids. Because they's on our ass. Right. That's why this shit stopped. Nah, I'm fucking with you.
We got kids in all 50 states.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I shot up the club many times.
Well, anyway, man. But yeah, you're right though. I mean, as far as Jay-Z, he don't go on a whole lot of platforms. I mean, he's very selective. And I'm not too mad at him for that, but it would be nice if he did more hip hop platforms. Like he'll go to somewhere where a Warren Buffett goes or something like that, where the millionaires and billionaires speak at. But and I think the closest thing he's come to doing an interview with the culture is this Kevin Hart interview. Mm-hmm. Which Kevin did ask him some good questions. I will say that. He asked him about retiring. Are you officially retired or not? So he was asking him like cultural questions that would be you need a good answer to. And I mean, he basically said that he wasn't really retired. He was just kind of not making music. He's like, but I'm open to if a vibe hits me, if I feel like I need to drop something, I'll drop it. But I'm not really looking to make music at the moment, but I'm not necessarily retired. I'm letting whatever happen.
Yeah.
So, and I thought it was a decent interview. You know what I mean? You were saying that people have been saying they didn't really like the interview. Though.
No, I'm not saying that people didn't like it. I'm just saying that, what the people I was listening to, like with Doggy Diamonds, they was breaking it down, like, they were just breaking down how come he ain't going to other interview, like go to people where they ask kind of tough questions. Because like now the interviewing game now is just like, okay, well, and just to use Kevin Hart like there, Kevin Hart's famous, so now he can be a podcaster or interviewer.
Right.
And he can interview his buddy Jay-Z because they was at the little breakfast clubs.
Right.
So he can interview them. And it's just like, back in the day, it wasn't like that. He had to be vetted. There was a process. Mm-hmm. And, what I'm saying, people, then you became this interviewer. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't just like, oh, I'm famous. And I think I get it. It's like now people are just famous and then they could just stick a label on it like, oh, you're famous. Yeah. And you're a comedian. Yeah. Well, you're a radio personality now. Right. You're an actor now. Like, what I'm saying? They just slap labels. And then now you have people that actually, that's what Samuel Jackson was mad about. Like, I've been working on my craft, for years, but now since, this nigga can rap, right? This nigga can be an actor, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that rappers can't be actors. I mean, look at Ice Cube. Ice Cube kind of went into that route, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know about the school he had, but Ice Cube was actually a pretty decent actor.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell, like, Pop was a decent one. You know what I'm saying? Those was the early ones. You know what I'm saying?
Hart, he actually went to a school for drama and all of that.
Yeah,
He kind of was classically trained. I don't know how far into it he got, but I know he went to school specifically for that. So, but yeah,
quite a bit of the artists from the '90s, even with Mobb Deep, with Jay Connor, he was in the little baby pictures with the, with the little joints. We don't get into that, but they went to art school. You know what I'm saying? Something of the art.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of your so-called greats kind of went to those schools,
those types of schools. Yeah, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? But I encourage everybody to check the interview out. I did post it on our Facebook page for Triad Hip Hop Podcast. So, check the interview out and let us know what y'all think. I mean, I think it was a pretty decent interview in my opinion. But I think it would be nice if he went to more places like Drink Champs and stuff like that.
Yeah, because everybody else did. Damn, hey, you all right over there? Hey. Shit.
Exactly. I think you try to get attention. Like, hey, I'm back here. I'm dying.
She's dying over there.
Anyway. But y'all may not hear it, but my dog is having a fit in the background.
Yeah,
what's going on with him? But yeah, so on to the next. I just wanted to also mention that there's a versus battle coming up this weekend. It's more of a DJ battle. Yeah, so versus is trying something. I don't think it's going to get that many views. I mean, it's cool, DJing is still a big part of hip hop culture, but the DJs that they normally pick, though, it's like
suck.
Yeah, it's just not
fucking
working.
Suck.
They just be sucking, man. I'm like, dude, man, what did y'all find?
It's like, damn,
just working at Home Depot or something.
It's like, damn, Scratch. It's like you just got these niggas out here. It's like, yeah, we know how to turn. we know how to turn the knob on the radio station. Right. You're a DJ. Come on, like what the fuck.
Yeah, because I mean, most of them, they ain't gonna be doing no heavy scratching.
No, they just like they got a little set list and they put and the shit that they put together don't.
Right,
I mean, there was a couple. I mean, there was a couple of dudes that kind of like, oh, okay, but for the most part, it wasn't like, ooh, DJ used to get busy, man. Like motherfucking on the turntables, like motherfuckers used to get busy.
So yeah,
like,
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I want to say too. Like when I hit that boo, that's not boo for the DJ. That's just boo for these type of DJs. Because let's be clear, the DJ is the backbone of hip hop.
Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely.
The DJ got so much. I mean, that's why Flex is in the position he's in.
Yeah, but if you really want to do verses with DJs, get somebody like a Kid Capri, you know what I mean? Funk Flex and see, because remember they tried a little thing when they were going back and forth. Let them really battle it out in that way. People who we know. And that, you know what I mean?
Man, I tell you what, man, that Kid Capri, when he did that battle and shit, he ain't had nothing. This motherfucker's like, I ain't gonna do no hip hop.
Right.
I'm gonna come out with these breakbeats on your ass. And I was like cleaning up. I was cleaning up. I'll never forget. I was cleaning up the house. So like, I'll throw this on. I ain't gonna listen to it too much. I was changing something up. And I started cleaning up, and I started like, yo, this shit, my man killing, my man get big. Y'all, I listened to the whole fucking thing. Like, yeah, I'm in this. Yeah, so Kid Capri, man, shout out, man.
Yeah, when I first heard of it, I was like, Kid Capri about to slaughter him. I was like, dude, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Funk Flex, you got popularity, but you ain't got skills.
You ain't fucking with Kid Capri.
You ain't doing that. So that would be nice. You get like somebody like a Jazzy Jeff, have him go up against Scratch, because those are two of the best like scratchers in the game.
Yeah.
Listen, both of them can kill it, or even Grandmaster Flash, he still got it.
Grandmaster Flash is a fucking monster.
Beast.
Man, I remember when they did the hip hop joint, I think VH1, the Hip Hop Honors. This is before they just had the DJs. I think like it was like Jazzy Jeff, Primo, and I forgot somebody else. And they said, yeah, introducing Grandmaster Flash. That motherfucker hit the switch. Boom. I mean, killed it. I'm like, God damn.
Come on.
Because I heard, he was like, look, let me show y'all something. I mean, killed it.
Listen, straight out the gate, Flag gotta let you know I don't bullshit. You know what I mean? So they need to bring back VH1 Honors. I don't know why they stopped doing that. That was a good show.
Because,
Viacom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Viacom own them. They own MTV. They own BET and a couple other channels.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that, you got certain people owning certain things and telling you, dictating culture to you. Like, and that's the thing, too. All these shows, man, just like me and Brittany, actually, not Grindr, not the one locked up. My girlfriend, Brittany, we actually talked about this, and she made up an excellent point. It's like, with BET, why is it that we have to have these shows of fucking shaking your ass or, somebody's baby daddy ain't shit,
right?
Or something, like Medea's all over the place.
All over the place.
It's like, how come we can't have?
Because they're trying to make that seem like that's black culture.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not it.
How come we can't have us going to flea markets like American Pickers and stuff?
Right.
Because we do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
We do that shit. Matter of fact, motherfuckers, we the one that been, you know what I'm saying? We be trying to get little good deals and shit. How come they can't have us like fixing up a house?
Right.
Or a cooking show.
Right.
Like why is it that we have to, it has to be raunchy? It's gotta be, you know what I'm saying? Like, how come it gotta be those things? Absolutely. How come we can't have a class about ourselves? I'm not down in like, baby daddy ain't shit, and, Medea's everywhere. That's what you want. But yeah, it just have a balance, man. Like what happened to that?
That's all I be saying. Just have some balance, man.
Just have some balance. Everybody, it's like, oh no, all these niggers are this, and just just keep running.
Trying to set the tone, you know what I mean?
All these niggas are this.
Right. This is how all y'all are. Y'all act like Medea. All y'all do is twerk and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's like, dude, man, I'm just so sick of it.
Yeah, man.
But they, that was one of the best things about VH1 back in the day. Was that dang hip hop honors, man. They had some good times when they honored the right people too.
Yeah.
And so, but anyway, like I said, it would be dope if Versus did more battles with those well-known people who deserve it. You get somebody like a Jazzy Jeff or Grandmaster Flash or DJ Scratch, a real DJ up on there, you will have everybody watching that shit. Kid Capri, man, listen, Ron G.
Yo,
man, listen,
Ron G.
Whatever, man.
Bring your son out.
Who
had an interview here on this podcast.
You know what I mean? We're going to have him back too.
Yeah, we need that.
My man doing big things, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, so anyway,
might as well segue into that Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah, I was actually about to say that. Perfect timing. So yeah, speaking of Grandmaster Flash, we had the latest episode of Origins of Hip Hop, and it focused on Grandmaster Flash and his journey, and he really took it back, like all the way back to when he got started. He didn't really give you like a half story. He told you everything from his family upbringing to how things went with the group, how they met, who he started out with, and who came along after and all that. And Cowboy, him passing away, all of that, man. So it was a heavy episode, man. He talked about how he got into drugs after the group broke up. Well, he said it was a little bit of drug use before that, but it really got rock bottom after the group broke up because he really he felt like he didn't have purpose.
Yeah.
And it was like, when they talked about it, man, it was like, I didn't know the whole story, man, but they was talking about the lady, because, they got approached by Sugar Hill Records.
Yeah, yeah.
And that lady, Sylvia, whatever her name is, Sylvia something, she was trying to get them on, and basically, they were signing with her, but then they started realizing at the last minute that they were setting them up for the okie doke. They got him a lawyer, and the lawyer was like, yeah, these contracts is trash. Y'all need to just don't sign none of this. But eventually some of them did, some of them didn't. You know what I mean? And so that's what caused the group to break up, and then they started trying to pick and choose. Like Sugar Hill was like, basically, we want you, Melly Mel. We don't need the other guys. You're the star here. You know, the record companies always pick apart groups like that. You're the Beyonce. You know, we don't need the other guys. You know what I mean? It's always some shit like that. So that's what really kind of messed them up. And so
that's what fucked up groups, really.
Yeah.
Because I mean, think about it. I mean, especially like Destiny's Child. Gone. I mean, since you were saying like you're the Beyonce, just to give that up, you know, yeah, Beyonce was, you know, well, she can sing. I heard her sing live.
Yeah,
she got pipes, but the thing of it is, it's like the other people in the group made the group, but it's like, nah, we don't need that, and it kind of fucks. It just fucks everything.
Yeah, it really does, man. 'Cause I mean.
Because it fucks over the creativity.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the Destiny's Child went through several different members, you know, firing one, add another, fire this one, add this one. You know, it was like it wasn't enough consistency, and then you know, next thing you know, they're just like, all we need is Beyonce. Just give Beyonce everything. But you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, Grandmaster Flash, you know, really delved deep into that and talked about that. And one thing he was saying was that basically Sugar Hill took his name. He couldn't even use his name at one point.
Oh, Grandmaster Flash?
Yeah, he couldn't use the name. They owned the name because it was part of the contract. And so he couldn't use his name. And then they tried to, when he was fighting them for the name, they made Melly Mel Grandmaster Melly Mel. That's how that came about.
Oh,
because they was trying to give that name to Melly Mel, because Melly Mel was still trying to roll with Sugar Hill when Grandmaster Flash was like, nah, I'm stepping away. I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, basically he got robbed for a lot of money. The song, The Message, which is their most popular song, his name, he's not even credited on the song. Plus, he gets not one royalty from that song.
Man, that's fucked up.
Not one.
That's like one of the greatest hip hop songs ever. Like, ever. Like, it wouldn't be no conscious rap if it wasn't for The Message.
Exactly. And I mean, for that to be their biggest song, and he ain't made a dime off of it.
That's fucked up.
Man, that's why I say these shows like this are so pivotal, because you know, he started off the show like, I'm gonna tell you how the whole story. We're gonna start from zero. He was like, a lot of interviews, they just want you to start from the middle and build up. He's like, nah, I'm going way back. I'm gonna tell you how everything. So, but you know, that leads me into something else too, though. Like I said, people like him were getting robbed by Sugar Hill Records. Sugar Hill Records robbed a lot of artists.
Oh yeah,
pretty much all their artists. You know what I mean? And what happened was, people like MC Sha Rock, after, you know, her group was down with them, the Funky Four, they were in Sugar Hill Records. There was a group called the Crash Crew that was under Sugar Hill. All of them was getting ramrodded by them. So afterwards, Sha Rock had been trying to fight it. She had been trying to get lawyers, saying, you know, this record company dicked all of us. You know what I mean? We ain't getting no money. They took our likeness. They took this from us. They took that. And ironically, now that this episode has come out with Grandmaster Flash, Sha Rock and Raheem of the Furious Five just announced that they won a lawsuit against Sugar Hill.
Oh, word! Let's give that a hand.
Just within the past week, and they're getting all their publishing, all their royalties. And they're getting back pay. That's everybody under that umbrella. You know, Furious Five, Grandmaster Flash, Sha Rock, Crash Crew, all of them that was under that umbrella who got dicked around by that record company is getting paid back.
And let me say this too, because this is the thing. Like, a lot of people that don't understand like the hip hop, like coming up and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, well, they should have had their money. They should have had their lawyer. These motherfuckers, when they came out, they were kids.
Yeah.
These guys were kids. They just wanted to do something to express themselves.
Exactly.
And have fun. The thing about it is, you know what I'm saying, that we talk about it many times. New York, some of the schools, they took the music program away. If they had kept the music program in, you wouldn't have hip hop.
Right.
You wouldn't have it.
Yeah, and I mean, basically at that point, because hip hop was just getting thrusted into the music industry like that, because most of them, like Flash will tell you, he was saying in the interview, when they started asking us to get down with the record labels, we was just like, look, we just want to have fun and make music. We play at the clubs and stuff like that. We doing good like that. We wasn't expecting a record deal. So they wasn't even thinking about that. But, the record company's like, yeah, but we can do this. We can get you all this money. We can do this, take you all around the world.
Yeah.
So, of course, they like, okay, sure.
Yeah, if you, especially, you got to think, like you said, these are young, they were young. And then, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like what Dave Chappelle said. Oh, that's another thing. Dave Chappelle had a special.
Okay.
I kind of need to talk. But that's the thing. Like, Dave said, signed a contract, said, we can use your likelihood and name and likelihood for in I forgot how he signed. Man, that dog.
Exactly. Shut the hell up.
I'm saying.
Anyway,
but you signed that contract, and you know what I'm saying, and it's just like. And even with Dave, like, yeah, I knew it was a shitty contract, but I'm trying to get, what I'm saying? I didn't know. Well, actually, you said, like, I didn't know at the time. I'm like, I'm just trying to get in. I'm just trying to do my skit. But, you know what I'm saying? But that's the same thing with this. It's like they were just, they were kids. They came from the, the little, not the, well, they was like lower class.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like the projects of the hood or anything like that. I mean, I could say that, but I don't think, it wasn't like that back in the day too much.
They came from like the hood, but they wasn't like street trash.
Yeah, exactly.
They definitely came up in the toughest parts of New York, but for the most part, but they still didn't know much about the industry. And that's why that whole thing with the group breaking up with the Furious Five, because he said that, basically they were about to sign contracts, but then somebody said, look, get a lawyer first, let them look at it. And the lawyer was the one that told them, no, this is trash. You don't want this. So they were like, oh, okay. But some of them still was like, nah, I'm going to sign. And some of them was like, nah, I'm going to walk away. And so that's what kind of started splitting hairs there. And so, I'm just glad that, the reckoning has finally come. It's been like 40 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They have been fighting this company for almost 40 years. And, for them to be fun, they didn't want to disclose the amount, but, they said, basically they're getting what they deserve. So, which is smart. That's none of our business as far as the amount goes. As long as y'all getting what y'all know is fair, your royalties, your publishing or whatever, all the back money that y'all should have been getting over the years. I mean, because I didn't even know Flash wasn't getting no money from that song, man.
Sad.
I was like, yo.
That's sad.
But yeah, man, the damn Sylvia, whatever the fuck her name is, man. Even her, I think her daughter was on the show on Origins of Hip Hop, and she was like, yeah, I know the family ain't gonna like this, but I'm gonna speak out about it. My people did them wrong. She was talking about it. She was like, yeah, they got done wrong. I don't care if nobody don't like it, but I'm gonna say the truth. My moms and them did them wrong.
Damn.
So that's really sad that their own daughter had to come out and say that.
I think even too, like I remember reading. I think it was the whole group.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. It wasn't Sylvia. It was the other guy that was with her. I forgot the guy.
Yeah, like her business partner.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
He got in the accident.
Okay.
They took that nigga to the hospital. Soon that nigga woke up. Where are my money?
Right.
That nigga just laughed.
Wow.
And then niggas took him to the hospital. Not to call them niggas like
right.
That. Them people, them brothers.
Yeah.
They took him to the hospital.
Mm.
And they was just like, and that mug just laughed.
Yeah.
Because of the way the contract was. But yeah, it's just, like I said, at that time, they were kids. A lot of these rappers coming up.
Yeah.
70s, 80s. It ain't like the juggernaut today. You can't. A lot of people weren't the Jay-Z's or the the Eminems, You know what I'm saying? Like they had the business savvy and all that stuff. I mean, hell, even with Jay-Z, he had to be taught that shit. It didn't just come. You know what I'm saying? He had to be taught, you know, in order to move certain ways. And it's just like everybody's like, well, they should have got a lawyer. They should have done this. Like, no, it's you gotta understand. If you didn't have nothing, someone offers you the world, you're gonna take the world. You're gonna take it.
Yeah.
They use the world as bait, and then that's the standard. Is like, all right, now we're gonna fuck you.
Yeah. Yep. So you know, I'm just I'm so glad when I heard that, man, because it was like, man, this is like perfect timing because Grandmaster Flash was just talking about this in this week's episode of Origins of Hip Hop, and now they finally, right as his episode is playing, they're winning a battle to get all their money and stuff back. So he owns his name now. He can use it as much as he wants.
That's what's up.
And I hated hearing him talk about his drug use because he said it got pretty bad too, man. He said one day, he just kind of got to the point where he was like, I got to find something to get away from these drugs. And he said he went in the closet and pulled out his turntables because he hadn't pulled them out in so long. And he just started kind of playing around with it until he got the vibe back. And that's how he got.
What's up, man.
Yeah. So,
yeah, let's get that.
Yeah, definitely, man. Let's get out some claps, man.
I don't know if you heard it, man. I'm a fucking hero, dude.
Yeah, man.
Real, man.
Definitely, man.
You're a hero, man.
That dude is the man. So yeah, man. So that another thing I want to mention real quick as far as Origins of Hip Hop, they have now done a spin-off podcast from the show. It's called the Origins of Hip Hop Podcast, hosted by none other than Grandmaster Caz.
Oh shit!
Yes, sir.
Yo. So, that's my fucking hero right there too. Hey, all the time, every time when somebody fuck up something, I'll be like, look, I don't wish nothing bad on you. But I don't wish nothing good on you neither.
Right.
Always. Caz, my dude, he got this hat, yo. He got the Grandmaster Caz. I said, yo, Caz
is that dude.
Come on, man. Let me get the hat, yo. Let me get some. I mean, he ain't gotta have it, exactly like yours, because we don't want to bite and shit. But give me some Caz merch, man.
Yeah, man.
Give me some Caz merch.
Yeah, man. Something. Help us out. We'll do that.
We need funds allocated, goddammit, so I can buy the Caz merch.
Exactly. So the podcast, the Origins of Hip Hop Podcast, has already started. So, anywhere you can find podcasts, it's probably there. So Spotify, all that type of stuff, go there and look for it.
Yeah, I will look for that. Because I'm probably going to have to get the feel for it. Because, yeah, so that's dope, man.
Yeah, I was like, dang, that's dope, man. I'm glad they've started doing that. So, but anyway, so yeah, man, that's a dope turnout as far as the pioneers of hip hop being able to get that salute, vindication and retribution and all that good stuff. So let me go ahead and move on to the next real quick. The Supreme Team documentary. I have watched the first episode. Great documentary. Talks about, this big crew called the Supreme Team. The leader was Kenneth Supreme Griffin. And a lot of them, basically, their names were because, like, the Supreme name wasn't because, like, he was the boss. It was more so because most of them were in the 5% nation. So they would always get those, like, Supreme Allah, knowledge God, stuff like that. They would get those intelligent names that would reflect something about them. So his name was Supreme from the 5% nation. So I didn't know that until I watched that episode. I always wondered. I was like, was it because he was just the boss? He was the supreme guy in the crew? Nah, it was all of them was rolling with the nation of the gods and the earths, So
see, that's what I'm talking about, man. Like the whole, like the naming. Names were like important.
They are, man. They really are.
Because like now you got, what I'm saying? Right. So Supreme, 80s, Grandmaster. We just call it Grandmaster. Grandmaster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fucking
Grand Wizard.
You know what I'm saying? How fucking now then it kind of went to Big. Big Daddy Kane. You know, Big Pun.
Yeah.
Fat Joe. Notorious B.I.G. You know, went to Big. Now I went to Little.
Yeah.
Little
this and little
that. And they shit sound little. And shit.
Exactly, man. So I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I never wanted to call myself Little anything, man.
Yeah, Little. You know, I mean, some of the Littles was alright, but you know, they just took
the worst. Is just that shouldn't be like the standard.
But it's like it's like the mindset supreme. Right. I was like, I don't think about this.
Something to look up to.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, it was like you looked up to the grown-ups in the game, like Rakim Allah. I want to be like him when I grow up. Now it's the other way around. You got these grown-ass people like, I want to be young again, like Little Dirk and Little Baby and this and that. I want to be wearing my little puny jeans like them. You know what I mean? And look like them when I'm 55 years old. It's like no, it's the other way around. They're supposed to be looking up to you. You know what I mean? So
yes,
it's bass backwards, man. Bass backwards.
KRS-One said it best. It's like we walking the fish and fly and like making a fish bird swim.
Right.
Yeah, we flying the fish and walking a bird or some shit like that. It's so
tiny, but names, like you said, names meant something. Knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everybody.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Oh we don't have enough of that no more, man.
Rap, you know what I'm saying? Like these names meant something.
Genius of rap.
Yeah.
King, what was King?
Asiatic, nobody's equal. Like names meant shit.
Exactly.
But now it's like, look, we love this.
Right.
You know, City Girls.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is that about? Right. City Girls?
I ain't gonna lie, I always hated that name. I mean, I ain't hating on the group, but I always hated the name. It just sound like
it just sound
like a couple
it's
club bookers. You know
it's just basic as shit.
Yeah, like
it's just basic.
Them the loose girls in the neighborhood, them the city girls.
Yeah. Yeah, like you like we need a team. We need a name for a group.
Right.
Girls. Nah, that's too basic. City girls. Ooh, you own them.
Right. We're girls and we live in the city, so
city girls. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. There you go.
It's sad. But
we're going back to Supreme Team. I'm sorry.
But no, the Supreme Team, I just wanted to say it was really good, and I encourage anybody to look at it. It was on Showtime, yeah. So, they're up to like episode 3 or 4 already, but I'm a little behind, so I'm just now getting to episode 1. But I encourage anybody to look at it, man, because it, really talks about how they got into the drug game and selling. They said that New Jack City was loosely based on them, which I never knew because they remember how in New Jack City they took over their whole building. That's what the Supreme Team did. They had this one building that they took over. You know what I mean? And so they was like, yeah, that was loosely based on us. Trust me.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang. And that's one of my favorite movies. No wonder I like that so much, man, because it's not that I love just seeing people sell drugs and none of that, but it's just, it takes you back to that time when you grew up and you realize people were really struggling and trying to hustle to feed their families and not just be swept under the rug of society.
Yeah.
So, they were just doing their best, and I mean, it was wrong, but they felt like it was necessary.
Rockabye, baby.
Oh, man. Yeah. That's a classic right there, boy. Yeah. So anyway, you were saying that before we wrap up, you were saying about Dave Chappelle's new show.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle.
I haven't seen it, but I did hear he had
Dave Chappelle. It was basically him talking to the kids of the Duke Ellington. I forgot the school.
Okay.
It's in D.C. I want to say Academy.
Yeah, I don't bug him. I mean, that's his hometown.
Yeah, the Duke Ellington School of Arts or something like that. But basically, he was just talking about, like, the kids, that I think it was a couple years, probably like a year or so ago, when they were talking about, him they wanted his name on the school because of what he, because he was a student there.
Okay.
And the thing of it is, the kids they didn't want him to be on there because, you know, the whole about the closure, about him being transphobic and things like that. But it's like, did anybody see the closure?
Right.
Like, he basically explained what happened. He explained he actually helped a transgender person become a comedian who got slandered so bad that she killed herself.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And on the closure, he said, look, I'm not making any more jokes about transgender people anymore until we get an understanding of what's what.
Right.
He literally said that on I'm just paraphrasing, but he literally said that on the special. But he said he wasn't really mad at the kids. He was just mad at some of the talking points.
Yeah.
Because he knew that these kids were being fed certain things.
Right, right.
And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was saying that, you know, this school, it was about the art. It was about people, you know, there's a lot of good people that came through here and made something of themselves.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it's about the art. And it's just like, he was saying that it was basically saying, given the address, and he was saying, well, I don't think we need to put my name on it. We'll call it this. Okay. I forgot what it was a good name. And I said, if you want to put my name, you can put my name on top of this when you feel like it.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So he killed it, man. He killed
That's what's up, man.
But it was basically like a talk. I mean, he had some jokes and things in there too, but it was more so for like everybody, man. Dave Chappelle is definitely more into like something else. Like, yeah, he ain't just a comedian.
The way I heard about it was because some other comedian was talking about him on a show about, you know, how he was a good comedian, but most of the specials that we've been seeing recently are just him giving speeches. It's not really a actual stand-up set. And he was just like, you know, where the jokes at? You know what I mean? He was just like, you know, all he's doing is giving speeches, and it's like, yeah, but he's so fucking good at it, you still gonna laugh. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
He's just a naturally funny person.
Well, that's the thing.
You know, he could be a valedictorian speech, and he's still gonna make you laugh.
Well, that's the thing, because he knows this is the thing. He's got him going to that school and talking to that school proves what he is and what he morphed into. The mug is so good with what he do. He can do it in his sleep.
Yep. Exactly. So, he the realest one.
Like, yeah. So like on his with the joke, with, you know, what he's doing, he know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like, he know the craft. He mastered his craft.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. And it was funny too, because on there, you know, that's one thing about the school, because it was a school of arts. And what happened was he ended up, I think before he went to that school, he became a comedian.
Okay.
I think he did a show, or no. He hung out at a show and he talked to one of the comedians, you know, back then. And he's like, so he said, hey man, so what do I need to do to be a comedian? He said, well, if you want to be a comedian, you might want to consider acting. So what he did, he performed I think it was like a monologue or stuff for the school. And these people kept on asking questions. They kept on asking questions to the kids. It's like, do you want to be an actor? And some of the kids were like, yeah, I want to be an actor. Da, 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 da. They went to Dave. It's like, do you want to be an actor? He said, no, don't want to be an actor. I want to be a comedian. I did this because a comedian told me in order to be a great comedian, I need to act. He said he did the monologue, fucked it up. He said this shit was fucked up. And they was like, nah, and it didn't even get finished. They were like, nah, we're good. Just go on.
Dang.
And then so he was almost like, man, fuck this school, man.
Yeah.
But one of the kids came up to him and said, hey man, you're in. It's like, what? I said, nah, I fucked that up. I said, nah, you're in. And I think what it was is because he said all these people were struggling, wanted to be actors. And he said, nah, I want to be a comedian.
Yeah, because he knew, man. He knew. That man is very smart. Very smart. And that's one thing I love about Dave, man. He's not just, all I can do is tell some dumbass jokes. I know some shit. You know? Yeah. He got a head on his shoulders, man. So I like that about him.
And actually, I've been meaning to check out. I don't have that Luminary app, but you know, him, Mos Def, and Tyler Kweli, they got a podcast.
Yeah, I've been meaning to check that out too. Because that's going on anyway. That's already been going on for
for a while.
A year
Yeah, so we need to check it out.
I've been meaning to check that out.
Sorry, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Dave. They were like, how come you ain't checking out my podcast? Niggas, beat y'all ass. We beat y'all like that transgender man that came up there and tried to attack me.
Exactly.
That's got fucked up.
Dude did get his ass whooped, though.
Yo, man,
that was his fault.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
I love that shit. I ain't, and hey, like I said,
that was somebody else's show recently.
Really?
Somebody, a rapper, I can't remember who it was, like Lil Wayne or somebody. Somebody tried to rush the stage, but security, man, they grabbed him so fucking quick and just threw him back in the crowd.
I don't want that. I'm telling you, man. Like, I mean, whether you love certain celebrities or not, you don't. When they're doing their art, I don't think it's right for you to come up on where they doing their art and trying to kick them out or do anything like that, or at least try to. Now I can understand like throwing pies and tomatoes and shit or something like that. I get that, you know what I'm saying. But at least you in your space down there, you know what I'm saying. You at your space, they at their space, you know what I'm saying. But you ain't rushing the stage and whoop his ass. Or you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I can much respect that. Yeah, sorry, our technician now. But I can much respect that more so than like, you know, you rush to the stage. Yeah. Like that man worked there to get, you know, whether you agree with not, the man or woman worked there to get to that spot. And they offering this service to perform. You know.
And the people that do that, they ain't looking to do anything. They just want their 15 minutes of fame. I'll be known as the person who ran up. You know, not even thinking about what am I doing to this person who's working hard up here. You know what I mean? All they worried about is I want my minute of fame. And it's really sad, man. There's this new show called Digital Addiction. Yeah. Man, it really explores how addicted people are to their technology. I mean, they pick one or two people every episode who have a real like, and I think everybody's getting there, but these people who have an excessive addiction, like they travel everywhere with their phone. Yeah. Whether they're on the toilet, when they go to sleep, you know, they holding the phone in the hand. You know, they got like how we got multiple screens set up. You know, and they always going live, and they just can't live without technology because they feel like that's the only friends I have. And it's like, that's not my life. Nah. What you motherfuckers see, that's not my life. Nah. I got real fucking friends, you know what I mean, like Howie, you know what I mean, who I can see in real life, you know what I mean? I don't need to, oh man, I got to take this selfie. Oh,
yeah, I got to make sure fans, get my fans and everybody. But yeah, man, I mean, but you'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised. And it'd be crazy. Like, even like, you know, people that you deem attractive, like attractive women, and it's really sad, man. It really is.
Yeah, and sometimes their addiction will be to something like the video games, where they'll, you know, there was this one guy, he was like 40 some odd years old, and he spent 15 hours a day playing this game.
Damn, son. I mean,
and he living with his parents.
Damn.
How the fuck is you 40 something living with your parents, and that's all you do? 15 hours a day.
But I mean, now I will say this. I know you got streaming, you got Twitch, there's ways like now people can get paid to do that. Is he at least doing that? God damn.
He's just addicted to playing because they was like, well, you don't want to go have some time with your friends. He was like, my friends are in the game.
Dang, son.
I mean, this nigga got a full fucking beard, look older than me. I'm like, damn, dude, what the fuck is wrong with
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like a good game like everyone.
And
by the way, the Shredder Revenge joint, 100, it was sold $1 million.
Okay.
Let's get there's a slight claps because the joints. Yeah, but
yeah, like I said, I'm good with that. There's nothing wrong with video games. It's just when your life has become all about something like that, some sort of technology, whether it's your phone or the video game, it's like you have to realize I got to scale it back.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I got to scale it back. I cannot just live my life looking at this screen for 24 hours a day.
I mean, I go over when I go to my girlfriend's house for the weekend, like our brother there. So we I got a Switch. We'll bring out Mario Kart. Like, okay, we're gonna play Mario Kart.
Yeah.
We choose we have a good time, you know what I'm saying? But I'm with, you know what I'm saying, like, and we'll play like maybe an hour or two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? And I understand like when you're younger, back in the day, you played for, you played forever. And you're trying to unlock characters and things like that. I get that.
Right.
I get like playing RPGs, you doing long campaigns. I get that.
Yeah.
But that ain't everything.
Yeah.
There's other stuff you could be doing.
That shouldn't be when you wake up, you go straight to that.
No.
You go to sleep, that's crazy.
No.
They barely eat. And most of them, like the guys who were doing it, they didn't have no girlfriends and no wives, nothing. You know what I mean? And you can't. Because there's no way you got a woman sitting next to you ready to give you some loving and you like this?
Yeah, talking about some, we gonna get
No.
See, that's how, I ain't gonna say nothing.
If they put it on you right away, the right way, you're gonna be like, fuck that video game. I'll come back to that shit.
Yeah, I'll come back to that later. Yeah, Link, your ass is gonna have to be struggling with Randolph right now. I'm about to get some of this pussy.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm about to shoot up this club, nigga.
Right. I don't see nothing wrong with that. You need something more than a video game or a phone. And I mean, and it was like most of them looked horrible. You know what I mean? Like especially the females. They were like older females in their late 40s, going in the 50s, and getting Botox and all that. Some of my fans want to see me with all this Botox and these fillers and looking like a damn fool. I was like, I'm telling you, man, if y'all get the chance to find this show, it's called Digital Addiction.
And where is this on?
It was on regular TV, like ABC or some shit like that. They probably got it on demand or on Hulu or some shit like that.
I could probably get that through Tubi.
Yeah, Tubi. I bet you can find it on there.
Tubi frees you.
Yeah.
I fucks with Tubi.
Yeah. Man. So it's called Digital Addiction.
Yeah. So I mean, man, it's really unfortunate. It's sad. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I like technology like as much as the next guy. I like computers. I mean, that's what I'm going to school for. I like that type of stuff.
Computers putin'.
Computers putin'. Yeah. Computers putin'. Camera.
But yeah, man. I'm just saying. That's what people struggle with is just finding balance. And that's one thing I've always tried to do in my life. No matter what I do, find balance.
Facts.
I'm not, and there's certain shit that I love doing. I mean, I like a good video game too, you know what I mean? But I know damn well I can't be on that shit for more than a couple hours. After a while, I'm like, I got some other shit to do. Let me go be an adult for a minute, no matter what it is. If it's a hobby of mine, I know I gotta do it for a while, stop. Go do something else. You know what I mean? I love hip hop music, but I can't just be blasting that shit 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody around me ain't gonna want to hear that shit all day. So, I gotta, if they want to hear some country, let them hear some country. Let them hear some R&B, whatever they want. You know what I mean? But you just gotta find balance, man. That's the lesson for the day. Find you some balance.
Find you some balance.
Whatever your vice is, find balance in it. But anyway, I guess we can go ahead and wrap it up, man.
Yeah,
Do you have
man.
anything else you want to say?
No, man. I think that's it, man. I think,
Yeah, man. We appreciate y'all hanging in there with us week after week. Please don't forget to hit all the buttons. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
We need funds allocated
for the school.
So we can buy the Cash merch.
Yes, sir. We need that Cash merch.
We need the Cash merch.
You know what I mean? We need all types of merch, man. So merch. I'm telling you, man, we about to step it up in here, man. So,
yeah, for real.
And don't forget to check out our lyrical breakdown in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
We got a bunch. This last week I did MF Doom because it was his birthday, so felt like it was only fitting, on the day of his birthday. And it was a joint that was something I really liked. So joint he did with cannabis. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, for episode 214, right? 214. This is your man Kurt, and this is
Howard.
And thank y'all for checking out Triad Hip Hop Podcast. We'll see y'all next week.
Hey.